Good evening. This is Derrick Olson. This is my final project, week 4, project 4, for ITL 522. This will be a brief lesson going over the preamble for the Constitution. We will take the preamble, I will reiterate it, and we'll take it apart piece by piece, dissecting it into common today form and maybe throwing back a little bit of what those terms meant at that time, because times were different 200 years ago. Well, with no to do, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, and ensure domestic tranquility, to provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. So that's pretty much an introduction to your Constitution. The letter of law, the way, the rules in which we run our country by, and something that came at the time, which was very unique about the Constitution, it was a constitutional government, was the very beginning of the wording in the preamble. It's many times overlooked, but it should not go without its notice. It is we the people. Now I'm going to ask my students here, what does that mean to you when I say we the people? Yes, Michael.
It means community.
Community. Community. In a community you have several people gathered together that usually help and strive for common goals and share the same interests. This should be noted that this is a key phrase of our Constitution. When it doesn't say the ordained by God, the ordained by the Pope, the ordained by blood inheritance, none of those things are being implied. This is power for the people, by the people, limited by the people. That means that this government is not set out to be the be-all, end-all in all disputes and problems, domestic and foreign, but this government will also have to answer to the very people in which that it's only rules over by blessing of those very people. Let's go into the next line of the preamble. In order to form a more perfect union. A more perfect union. Now, they had been through a lot of strife and a lot of upheaval, a revolution nonetheless. They'd thrown off the shackles of the royalty and wanted to take a chance and forge a whole world for themselves out of the wilderness now, without having the fallback position of being the king's children, if you would. They were willing to say, we're adults now, we're going to make our way through the world. So their idea, if I say their idea was to establish a more perfect union, what would you assume if they're doing this in much an answer to rule of the king that they've been used to, say a more perfect union, to me, would that not mean a way of government that may not have been done exactly like this before? They didn't say that they were going to form another republic like was in Rome and in Greece. They did say a more perfect union. So that, I think it's, should be noted, the word choice in that first or second line of the preamble. And then we move on to establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility. Let's start with establish justice. Justice at this time meant a lot of different things. Definitely it's in the Bible, it's repeated twice in biblical. I'm thinking it was in Deuteronomy, where they go, justice for justice sake. That's what's said in the Bible. And not many times in the Bible does it repeat itself, the same word over and over. So it's obvious that the term justice was emphasized for some particular reason. Can anyone tell me why it's important that we look at the word justice? Why is justice so important? Yes.
They had to have a rule of law, just as Moses had the 10 Commandments that he brought down from the mountain. Justice is going to be served equally with all the citizens at that time.
Very good answer. I like that. I see a few heads nodding around me. Yeah, I will. Okay, that and $1.50, and you'll get yourself a cup of coffee. As long as we're at the Last Supper right now.
Domestic tranquility means to be a calmness and a thought about organized way of doing things without having to disturb little by little and not all at once. They're going to bring this about.
And to be able to do things like school, send your kids to school peacefully and not worry that you're going to be attacked or you're going to have to defend yourself, safety, yeah.
Definitely. Domestic tranquility. Basically, when I go to bed at night, I can go to sleep knowing that there's a better than average chance that I pick my head up off that same pillow the next morning and the world hasn't fallen apart or gone to heck in a hell basket.
How about that?
Anyways, now to move on, we go to from domestic tranquility, which we've taken to mean peace and maybe serenity, the establishment of a calmness over the land, to providing for the common defense. Now, it is in societies that people, man or humankind, seeks other humans for more than just company. There is strength in numbers, and it was found since the dawn of time that the big bad bullies of the tribes will try to take what's yours, your women, your children, your food, your cave, your Tyrannosaurus Rex that you have for a pet.
Well, they also had possibly enemies within, such as the Indians that were unruly, and probably some of the people back in Britain, they needed to arm themselves. They needed to build guns, they needed to build defensive walls, a fort, or things like that sort.
Mm-hmm. That's a good note. On top of that, for a very long time, part of what it meant to be under the rule of the monarchy meant that in the Americas, when it was established as a settlement of Great Britain, they weren't allowed to even make shovels in the United States. They weren't allowed to make hammers because that was taking business away from the bloody old England. And the English needed to have new consumers, and the Americans were great consumers even back then of raw material and finished goods.
What's the next point?
Our next point will be, and promote the general welfare. Secure the blessings of liberty. And that brings, okay, what is liberty? I heard, we had a little discussion about this earlier, and there was one word that I heard. If I wanted an antonym to liberty, would I use a word like maybe oppression? Does anyone know what oppression means? Okay, can you use that in a sentence?
Women were oppressed during the preamble.
You look like an oppressionist.
Though I appreciate it.
Yes. So liberty is what they wanted to ultimately work towards, was a place that was that liberty abounded, was plentiful, and that liberty could be counted on for generation after generation. That's exactly what the word prosperity in this line.
What's the next thing that they provided for?
That was it. At that point, what they do is they do the blessing of liberty, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. And now the Constitution is the factual, point by point way that we go about in America. What is gone further to in the document, we're just focusing on the preamble here, but we'll later go into in further chapters as we get further down in your high school career here. The three major branches of government, the checks and balances, the legislative, executive, and judicial. It's hard for me to say with my little thing in there. So, okay.
Is that it? I think we've covered
Yes,
everything.
we have covered. Now, I was gonna do, if I had a little extra time, I was gonna do, which founding father are you the most like? It is an actual game that I had figured out.
Let's do it.
But it looks like we are running out of time, and I wanted to keep this short and brief. Professor, I thank you for your time. This was only the 6th time we gone through it, so maybe we'll get it right the 7th. Good. I thank you, my audience, for making yourselves available. I didn't have as much luck with my first classes, but it's also nice to see your smiling faces. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Should I stop it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.